When I say 30th anniversary Nike, you're automatically thinking of the Jordan 4s, the Bread 4s in particular, which dropped earlier this year. But no, that's not what we're talking about today. We're talking about next year, because that's the 30th anniversary of the Air Max 90 line. And they're starting to bring out some colorways and some interesting looking sneakers in the lead up to that year. And today, what we're going to be looking at is one of those sneakers, which is the Nike Air Max 90 NRG Desert Sand. This is a Tokyo Bara 23 sneaker channel, Tokyo Bara 23 sneaker channel des. Mainichi upsuno no de, mainichi mite kudasai. Every single day I bring you content from Tokyo, Japan about upcoming sneaker releases, sneaker news and sneaker reviews. And also I segue into the butter movement a little bit, and we talk about the butter movement stuff. Now I have to do this really quickly because I like to keep the sneakers front and center. So first and foremost, bang, there's the playlist that includes that great trip through the shoe apartment where there's $1 million sneaker collection waiting for you. If you haven't already seen that, definitely go over and check out that playlist and have a look at one of the greatest and rarest sneaker collections in the world. And also, we're playing a game with Shoe Butter right now, and today is day 3 of 5 already. In the last 2 days, I've given you clues about what sneaker he's going to talk about on Sunday. And today, the clue that I'm giving you, number 3, is Foamposite Light. Foamposite Light. Now, if you have no idea what I'm talking about with this game, bang, there's another video right there, which is the video that explains this game and how this game is working and what this game is all about. I don't want to get into that at the start of my videos, at every video, and go on and on about it. So check out the playlist if you want to check that out. Check out the video explaining the game. Today's hint is Foamposite Light, and that goes with the hints that came on Tuesday and Wednesday as well. For now though, we want to get into this video and talk about the Nike Air Max 90 NRG Desert Sand. I have a quick question for you, which is, what does NRG mean? Now apparently it means energy, you know, NRG, energy, but I don't know what it means. You see it on, it's not just Nike as well, you see it on other sneakers and sneaker boxes and things, like you'd see other things on there, like LTD for limited. You see that sometimes after the name of a sneaker on a box. And on sometimes you see this NRG on there as well. I don't know if it means anything or if it's just energy. I did read somewhere that, that some people think that energy sneakers usually have a lower quality to the materials in them, but this sneaker today has actual brushed suede, which is one of the highest quality materials to make an upper out of, so I'm not sure that's true or not. Anyway, we'll be getting into that sneaker in a couple of minutes, but do please tell me if that energy means anything in particular, you know, a special kind of outsole or midsole thing going on, or is it some, I don't know if it means anything, or is it just something interesting to stick on the end of a sneakers title. So if you know that, please do let me know in the comments down below. But this is a YouTube channel, and YouTube channels need subscribers. So before we get into the shoe itself, please do hit that subscribe button down below and the like button. I'm not getting as many likes as I used to be getting. Maybe that's because I'm more boring than I used to be, or maybe because people are forgetting to click the like button and I'm forgetting to ask. So please do hit the like button down below. And as I am here in Japan, I do say at the start of every one of my videos, Toroku yoroshiku onegai shimasu. あと、いいねをクリックすると助かるので、いいねをクリックするとよろしくお願いします。登録もぜひよろしくお願いします。Okay, now let's have a look at this sneaker. There are some pretty interesting features on it. And I think I'll start with it doesn't look like there's a tie-up, but the tie-up between the toe box panel, so I'm not talking about the overlay, I'm talking about the panel on the toe box, and the swoosh. If you look really closely, you can see the similarities in the materials there, especially given the kind of square, like horizontal and vertical lines that run through the material on both the toe box and the swoosh. But the reason I'm highlighting that is A, because it's an unusual material to have on the toe box, but B is also the swoosh is black as far as I can tell, and you'll probably be able to see it behind me right now. So that black swoosh there, I'm wondering why they made it black though. It doesn't really make much sense in the rest of the colorway of this sneaker. They could have gone with like dark brown or dark blue or really dark blue, so it's almost black. But they went with black, and I'm not sure it fits with the rest of the aesthetic of the shoe. You can tell me in the comments down below what you think after I've walked you through all the different parts of the shoe, which is that's the first place to start with, is that material on the toe box and the swoosh. The second place to go to starts up on the lacing system and the piece of leather that runs down through the lacing system and around the toe box, the overlay on there. There's one single piece of leather, and it's been lasered. I'm getting lasered and leather mixed up. So one single piece of lasered leather that runs all the way down from the lacing system through to the toe box area there. And it's been lasered to make it look kind of topographical. So it's kind of like a map. Now this continues a theme that has been coming around in sneakers and fashion in general over the last couple of weeks, and that's the earth tones are coming out a lot more. Lots of greens and browns, light browns, tans, that kind of stuff. An awful lot of camo and the kind of military green, or there's another word for it, like olive green kind of colors that have been coming out a lot in fashion, bags and sweaters and stuff like that, as well as shoes. And this shoe itself, it represents that as well, and that lasering on that piece of leather there represents a map, and that's that kind of earth outdoorsy feel to it. There have been an awful lot of trail sneakers and off-road sneakers dropping recently as well, so this sneaker continues that theme. And that detailing, I kind of like it. I've said before in my videos that I don't really like lasering when it's done in a different color, or that thin kind of intricate detailing when it's done in a different color, but I do kind of like it when it's done in the same color as the material that it's on. And as you can see from the pictures behind me here, that the lasering and the leather itself kind of match each other, and I kind of like that. I think it looks pretty cool. And I also like how little of the sneaker is lasered, just that one leather panel that runs kind of the top to bottom on the sneaker, so not the inlay on the toe box, not the swoosh, and then not the next thing that we're going to talk about, which is the last piece of material on the upper is it's roughed up suede. Now I can't remember what you call it. There's a way to describe it. It's like you'd say leather or tumbled leather, but there's a way to describe it. It's like brushed suede or something like that. So so that last panel on the lower part of the upper is that brushed suede material, which is pretty cool. And I like it especially because it's a slightly darker tone than the rest of the sneaker, which is a good move on Nike's part, because suede weathers faster than other materials and it tends to go pale. Now if you have a pair of Yeezy 500s or 700s that have suede, and the suede is the same color as the mesh or the leather, over time that suede will fade before the mesh or the leather, and you'll end up with a two-tone shoe that you didn't expect to have. So I think it's a good move on Nike's part to actually have that brushed suede being in a different color than the rest of the upper, so that when it does fade, it doesn't actually look strange over time. Now, staying near that brushed suede area, like I said, you've got those earth tones. Someone somewhere along the line decided to complement those earth tones with blue, and you can see blue up in the lace stays, but you can also see blue down on the outsole. And again, this is why I'm wondering why they didn't go with that a similar color, maybe a deeper color for the swoosh, which I think would have worked quite well. And I think the panel below the swoosh, between the swoosh and the air unit, is also done in that blue color. Now, I wouldn't have thought that would have worked when you've gone with earth tones, with your browns and your tans and your beiges. I wouldn't have thought that it would work to bring in a little bit of blue, but it does. It kind of rounds off the shoe. It makes sure that it's not like bland. It gives it an extra color point, a pinpoint, a place for your eyes to look. So, and then that final place to look after that, like I said, is the air unit, which is surrounded by a very different color of brown, which does match the top eye stays up on the lacing system up above. So you've got that kind of fade from these light kind of tan colors, beige colors down through the sneaker until you get to that much more earthy brown that wraps around the air unit there. But then you've got the blue on there as well. Maybe it's the water, maybe it's for a water effect, and that's why the colorway works with those two colors on there as well. But I think all in all, it's a pretty fire looking sneaker. I actually have a favorite point on it, which I haven't covered yet, but it's the laces. They've decided to go with a kind of speckled lace effect, and that speckling in the lace really matches the rest of the shoe. And it's funny, a funny little detail, but taking the time to go with that, and instead of just going with like a beige lace or a pure white lace or something like that, going with this speckled lace, I think it tops off a shoe. And to me, it looks like a high quality, high end Air Max 90. So again, I go back to that NRG tag on there, which I've read before is a sign of not so premium materials, but this looks like a pretty premium sneaker to me. So if you do know what that NRG stands for other than just energy, please do let me know in the comments down below. Okay, so it'll be interesting to see what comes from the Air Max line next year. I was very disappointed with the Air Jordan 4 30th anniversary year this year. So the Air Max 90 30th anniversary next year, hopefully they'll do a better job of dropping some classic colorways as well as some innovative ones. I think Air Jordan 4s this year focused too much on innovation and not enough on classics, so hopefully they'll balance that right next year. Okay, that's time for me to sign off. Thank you guys for checking out my content. Butter Movement people, appreciate you very much. Hope you're getting into this game with shoe butter. We've had the 3 clues so far. There'll be another one tomorrow, and then on Saturday again, and then on Sunday we'll bring you that shoe butter shoe. See if you can work it out. If you took until today to work out which shoe it's going to be, you'll get yourself 3 points. But if you were one of those guys that got it fast 2 days ago on Tuesday with the first clue, then you got yourself 5 points. If you haven't got it yet, I'll be back tomorrow with another clue, and we'll see if you can work out which shoe Shoe Butter is going to be bringing us on Sunday for the Shumatsu Shoe Butter game. Okay, time for me to sign off. Thank you guys for checking out the content. Make sure you hit that like button down below. I truly appreciate that. And as I do this every single day, I get to say at the end of my videos that you are guaranteed to see me tomorrow.